Michael van Gerwen isn't just a darts player, he's a machine, a legend, a man whose name has been synonymous with dominance for over a decade. But in 2025, it's not just the darts world that's watching him, it's the tabloids, the gossip channels, and anyone who's ever seen a champion fall from grace. Because this year, it's personal. It started quietly. A few missed tournaments, a subtle absence from the winner's podium. Then came the confirmation. Van Gerwen and his wife Daphne were separating after more than a decade together, and with that, everything changed. The Green Machine, once untouchable at the Oche, now found himself in the crosshairs of something darts can't prepare you for: public heartbreak. Let's rewind. Michael van Gerwen met Daphne when he was just starting out. She was there before the fame, before the millions, before the world titles. Through the chaotic rise, she stayed grounded, raising their 2 children while Michael racked up trophies and travelled the world. Behind every shot, every celebration, every late night flight, there was Daphne. They were a team, quietly solid, rarely scandalous, that is, until now. Because what started as a private matter exploded into full-blown drama. Reports emerged that Daphne had left, and not just left, but moved in with someone new, someone familiar, someone allegedly from the same campsite where both sets of parents vacationed. The kind of betrayal that doesn't just sting, it humiliates. And the worst part, Michael found out after the fact, while he was competing, throwing darts like his life depended on it, unaware that the life he'd built was being dismantled behind his back. The media, of course, didn't miss a beat. Rumours flew that Daphne might be pregnant with her new partner's child. No confirmations, no denials, just whispers, speculation, headlines designed to wound. For Van Gerwen, it wasn't just a breakup, it was a public unravelling, the kind you can't escape, not even on the oche. Because darts isn't just about skill, it's about focus, composure, emotional clarity. And suddenly, Van Gerwen had none of that. He pulled out of major events. The Dutch Darts Championship, skipped. Practice sessions, abandoned. For a man who once played through injury, sickness and fatigue, this was different. This was something darts couldn't fix. And fans noticed. Commentators whispered about the old Van Gerwen. Pundits debated whether his best days were behind him. On social media, fans split into 2 camps, those who sympathised and those who wondered if he'd lost the fire. But let's not forget who we're talking about. This is Michael van Gerwen, the youngest player ever to throw a televised 9-darter, a man who broke Phil Taylor's stranglehold on the sport, 3-time world champion, former world number 1 for 7 straight years, a career that's seen him win over 150 titles, dominate the Premier League and redefine what it means to be aggressive on stage. He didn't just win, he intimidated. He crushed opponents with 1800s, icy glares, and an aura that made even the best players crumble. But 2025 has been different. He hasn't won a single major title this year. He failed to qualify for the Premier League darts playoffs. For the first time in years, he looks vulnerable. Is it age, fatigue, or is it heartbreak? Because no matter how mentally tough you are, there's no playbook for watching your family fall apart, especially when the cameras never stop rolling. Close friends say Michael's been keeping quiet, focused, but underneath, the storm is raging. Some believe he still hopes Daphne is pregnant with his child. Others say he's holding on to the past because it's the only stable thing he has left. And fans, they're desperate to see him rise again. They remember the prime Van Gerwen, the one who walked into arenas to a chorus of jeers and walked out with trophies. The one who beat everyone from Gary Anderson to Peter Wright, from Taylor to Price. The man who turned darts into a contact sport, emotionally, psychologically. But today, his fiercest opponent isn't across the oche, it's in his own home. What makes this fall so shocking is how fast it's happened. Just a few years ago he was dominating. In 2019 he won his 3rd World Championship. By the end of 2023 he'd tallied 159 singles titles. In 2024, even after some dips, he remained a threat in every tournament. But in early 2025 things started unravelling. First, his form dipped, then came the withdrawal from tournaments, and finally the bombshell, the split, the betrayal. The timeline was brutal. While Michael focused on regaining form, Daphne had already moved on. Rumours swirled that she was living with her new partner, allegedly someone known to both families. Someone who fried snacks on the same campsite as Michael's own parents. The kind of soap opera detail that tabloids love and athletes dread. And then came the commentary. Experts like Stompe, former pro, now analyst, spoke out. You can't compete at the top without support from home, he said. Without a stable home life, it's almost impossible. He's not wrong. Behind every great athlete is a support system, and when that system breaks, so does everything else. Darts is especially cruel in that way. You're up there alone. No teammates, no substitutions. Just you, your mind, and a crowd full of judgment. And when your head's not right, the board starts shrinking. The doubles disappear. And confidence, Vangerwen's greatest weapon, evaporates. Insiders say he's not the same in practice, that he's withdrawn, detached, his usually sharp, ruthless energy replaced by hesitation. But here's the question that matters most. Can he come back? History says yes. Michael Vangerwen has faced adversity before. Injuries, slumps, media attacks. He's bounced back every time, but this is different, because this time it's not just about darts. It's about identity. Who is Michael Vangerwen without Daphne? Without the house they built, the dream they shared, the family unit that once fueled his fire? The answer could define the rest of his career. And fans are watching, closely, hoping, because whether you love or hate him, you feel something when he plays. And right now, darts needs that energy more than ever. If Vangerwen returns, truly returns, it'll be one of the greatest comebacks in sports. A redemption arc for the ages. And if he doesn't, then we'll remember this as the beginning of the end. Either way, the story isn't over. So what do you think? Is the green machine finished, or is he just reloading? Let us know in the comments. Smash that like button if you think darts needs Vangerwen back in form, and subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest stories in sports. Because this is far from finished.